Today I will speak of the law of infinite wealth and manifestation, the secret back of everything. What if everything you see in your outer world, the numbers in your bank account, the car you drive, and the problems or triumphs you face is just a delayed reflection of your inner awareness? Most people spend their entire lives fighting external circumstances, begging a distant power to change their lives, or wondering why their prayers go unanswered. But the truth is much simpler. Consciousness is the only reality. Your own wonderful human imagination is the actual creative power within you. It is your savior, possessing the absolute power to rescue you from whatever unfavorable circumstances you now find yourself in. If you are thirsty, water is your savior. If you need a job or financial abundance, employment and wealth become your savior. You can experience your heart's true desire purely through the creative use of your imagination, because absolutely nothing is impossible to it. It is completely unlimited in what it can accomplish. It doesn't matter what your present financial or physical circumstances are. The exact same principle you have unconsciously used to bring about the undesirable restrictive conditions in your life can be consciously applied right now to make your every single dream come true. The master key, the power of I am. To unlock unlimited wealth, you must first master the most potent creative word in existence, I am. I am is the definition of consciousness and the very name of the divine creative force residing within you. Most of us say I am hundreds of times a day without realizing that we are invoking this ultimate power. Even worse, we constantly try to break the commandments by following those sacred words with things we do not want in our world. When you say, I am broke, I am struggling, or I don't feel well, you are actively creating and perpetuating those exact realities. Nothing you say preceded by I am is ever in vain. It is an instantaneous creative act in consciousness that eventually hardens into physical fact. Every word that goes forth from your mouth cannot return empty. Therefore, you must stand like a strict watchman at the gate, monitoring every single thought or phrase that contains I am. We were explicitly taught, let the weak man say I am strong. To change your bank account, you cannot simply parrot phrases like a machine. You must pray by saying I am, fully believing that you already possess the wealth you seek. You must believe that you are already what you want to be, because I am is fundamentally a present reality. Getting wealthy is not the same as being wealthy. Shifting from the poverty state to the wealth state, creation is entirely finished, and every possible scenario, financial status, and lifestyle already exists as a fixed state of consciousness. Because you have been granted complete free will, you have the absolute freedom to choose which state you wish to occupy. When you consciously or inadvertently enter a specific state, you are entirely compelled to think, feel, and behave in a manner dictated by that state. For instance, if you occupy the state of poverty, you will find yourself constantly in need of funds, having a brutal time making ends meet, and lacking the means to enjoy luxuries. The tragedy is that even if a person in this state is suddenly handed a massive sum of money, if they remain mentally anchored in the state of poverty by dwelling on thoughts of lack, they will inevitably lose those funds and end up right back in financial difficulty. The reverse is completely true if you occupy a state of wealth. When you succeed in moving out of the poverty state in your imagination, you automatically create a permanent, beautiful change in your outer world. The step-by-step practical blueprint. How do you actually plant the seed of wealth so it manifests in this three-dimensional world? The exact creative technique is precise and effortless. Relax completely. Sit comfortably in a chair or lie down on a bed and gently close your eyes. Determine your aim. Clearly define what you wish to experience and bring to mind the definitive end result of that desire. If you are seeking a major promotion or a significant increase in financial pay, the end result might be your friends warmly congratulating you. Enter the dream physically. Do not merely watch a distant daydream like a movie in your mind's eye. You must enter the dream as if you are actually there, turning then into now and there into here. Engage your five senses. Bring your physical senses into play. If you want a new car, feel your hands gripping the steering wheel. Smell the distinct newness of the interior leather and absorb the comfort of the ride. If you want a new luxury item like a piano, run your hand over the smooth wood and listen to the crisp sound of the keys. By completely feeling that you are already being congratulated or that you already possess the object, your imagination will naturally go to work to bring that state into your outer world. You do not need to worry about how it will be accomplished. Your imagination will utilize whatever natural means or people are necessary to fulfill your sequence of events, eliminating the trap of doubt and if. Once you successfully plant your imaginal seed, your sole responsibility is to remain faithful to that act and protect it from being uprooted by anxiety. You must carefully guard your consciousness against the subtle, destructive word, if. The conscious mind loves to use the word if to express hidden doubt. You might confidently state, I feel wonderful and financially secure, but then allow a tiny thought to slip in. If the financial pressure continues next Tuesday, however, I will have a crisis. The word if is always followed by something negative, representing doubt creeping in to steal the excellent seed you have sowed. It forces everything into an unachievable past or future tense, whereas you will only ever experience what you believe you are right now. Remove if entirely from your vocabulary, replace it with deep gratitude during the day, and rest assured that your harvest is already an accomplished fact. The art of revision, rewriting your past. What happens if you encounter a financial setback, a rejection, or an unpleasant interaction during your day? You must instantly use the ultimate tool of consciousness, the art of revision. Whatever is confronting you in your physical reality right now is merely a delayed shadow reflecting the previous activity of your own mind. Therefore, if you react to a negative event with depression, fear, or an assumption of lack, you are actively creating that same rejection for your future. To break this vicious cycle, review your day every evening before sleep. If an interview went poorly or you lost a deal, do not store that memory as it occurred. Instead, completely rewrite the scene in your imagination. Vividly hear the words of congratulations, feel the firm handshakes, and see the successful outcome you actually wanted. Because consciousness is the only reality, this revised scene literally alters the past, instantly changing the future events that advance to confront you.